Good evening. Welcome to the Sultanate of Oman television with tonight's news. First, the headlines. The Honorable Sayyid, wife of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, offers the condolences on the death of His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, late Emir of Kuwait. May Allah rest his soul in peace. Total corona positive cases in the Sultanate exceeds 100,000 and patients at ICU cases increased to 210. And College of Engineering at Sultan Qaboos University achieves a silver prize for designing best smartphone application to empower rural women in the Arab region. Now, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television, here we present to you the details. Sayyida Al-Jalila, the wife of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, and her delegation returned this evening from Kuwait after offering the condolences to their Highnesses and Excellencies, the members of the ruling family and the Kuwaiti people on the death of His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, late Emir of Kuwait. May Allah rest his soul in peace. The Ministry of Health announced today that the total number of registered infections with the coronavirus in the Sultanate reached 101,270, while the number of recoveries stood at 90,296, bringing the recovery rate to 89.1%. Meanwhile, the total number of COVID-19 related death cases reached 977. The ministry stated that the number of inpatients during the past 24 hours is 54, bringing the total number of hospitalized patients to 560. Of them, 210 are in intensive care units. The Royal Hospital recorded an overwhelming 45 coronavirus patients in the ICU and has caused a great pressure on health workers that have been facing this virus since its inception. More details in the following report.
The Royal Hospital recorded an astonishing 45 coronavirus patients in the ICU, an unprecedented number for one disease. In an interview, Dr. Zakaria Al-Blushi, an infectious disease consultant at the Royal Hospital, told Oman TV, the number of cases is in weekly increase, and this week in particular we reached 45 cases in the ICU, which is considered a very large number for one disease and is unprecedented in the Royal Hospital. Salma Ad-Daghariya, a nurse who is battling the disease continuously with her co-workers, said in an interview, the recent patients' conditions have been much worse, that they need an even longer time in the ICU. And there is fear that accommodating these patients in the ICU won't necessarily yield the desired results, as they are constantly exceeding their capacity as health workers. The coronavirus is still spreading, and worry and burden have been apparent on health workers. And the increase in the number of patients in the ICUs puts an even greater pressure on them. Taking this pandemic lightly will lead us to an even more dangerous state.
In the meantime, the Minister of Health, Oman Airports and Supply International Company have signed an agreement to provide the PCR test at the border entry points for travelers entering the Sultanate. More details in the following report. The Ministry of Health, Oman Airports and Supply International Company have signed recently an agreement to provide the PCR test at the border entry points for travelers entering the Sultanate. The agreement was signed by the Minister of Health Undersecretary for Administrative, Financial and Planning Affairs, CEO Oman Airports, and the CEO of Supply International Company. The signing was held in the presence of CEO of the Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, along with a number of officials from the Ministry of Health, CAA, Royal Oman Police, Oman Airports and Supply International Company. It's worth mentioning that Ministry of Health has signed a contract with Medical Mushrif Company in order to register the travels entering the Sultanate in Tarassud Plus, as well as to install the digital bracelets for the travels. A medical lab has been provided at Muscat International Airport to accelerate extract the PCR results. The lab is connected with Tarassud Plus application in order to follow up the travelers through Health Mushrif, that responsible for tracking the person movement in the quarantine, as well as Medical Scout, that responsible for communication with the quarantined person by the artificial intelligence. Another lab will be provided also at the Salalah International Airport. Traveler movement entering the Sultanate through Muscat International Airport start from downloading Tarassud Plus app, whether before or at arriving the airport, and registering all the required information, then paying 25 Omani Riyals, taking PCR test and wearing digital bracelet will be made after checking the passport along with. The Omani photographer Marwa bint Hakam al-Ya'rubiya won the second in stay-at-home competition, which was organized by Federation International Photography FIAP. The winning work advises the people to stay at home and practice their hobbies from the house to protect themselves and the community from COVID-19. Photographic Society of Oman participated with a number of its members within 1,881 photographers from 90 countries. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, the Omani women police play a great role in serving the community. Once again, welcome to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. 3 Omani students from the College of Engineering at Sultan Qaboos University won the silver prize in the competition designing the best smartphone application to empower rural women in the Arab region. More details in the following report. 3 students, Mariam bint Abdul Rahman al-Nuaimi, Mira bint Sulaiman al-Azzani, and Inas bint Shandul Muhammad from the Sultan Qaboos University's Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering have won the silver prize in the competition design of the best smartphone app to enable women in the village in the Arabian region. The competition was launched by the Arab Women Organization in cooperation with the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. The app, named Shatla, provides assistance to women in the villages to monitor crops in their farms in an easy and innovative way.
The app provides assistance to women to monitor their crops in an easy and innovative way. The app provides features to help women in their everyday farm work, and it also provides voice and audio features to support illiterate women. This application was inspired by our final year project that we're currently working on, which utilizes drones to collect agricultural information and then sends it to this application. This project is supervised by Dr. Ahmed al-Mashari and Dr. Ashraf Salim.
We have won the silver prize in the competition titled Design of the Best Smartphone App to Enable Women in Village in the Arabian region. The competition was launched by the Arab Women Organization in cooperation with the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. Our app created is named Shatla. We named it Shatla because every farm starts with a small plant, and with care, it becomes a large farm.
We would like to thank Dr. Ahmed al-Mashari for encouraging us to enter this competition. We'd like to thank the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, the College of Engineering, as well as the University of Sultan Qaboos for their continuous support.
It also provides features to help women in farm work.
In addition, the app supports voice and audio features to support illiterate women. The app was inspired by the final year projects that the students are currently working on. The project is supervised by Dr. Ahmed Al-Ma'shari and Dr. Ashraf Salim.
National Defense College held a ceremony to inaugurate the 8th National Defense Course as the new academic year in the college is about to start amid strict precautionary measures of COVID-19. The course witnessed the participation of a number of senior officers from the Sultan Armed Forces, Royal Guard, Royal Oman Police, Royal Court Affairs, and other civil and security bodies. The course is meant for qualifying and preparing strategic military and civil leaders, in addition to providing them with theoretical and practical skills they need in their positions, like formulating public policies and developing the national strategies. It also aims to enable leaders in order to take the appropriate strategic decisions in the security and defense fields. The college will use online learning as part of its precautionary measures to limit the spread of coronavirus. The course aims to create a suitable environment for education, innovation, and scientific research. The women in the police play an effective role besides their male colleagues in terms of providing police services to the community. Back in 1994, let His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, may Allah rest his soul in peace, called on Omani women to play a vital role in the community. Since then, the Omani women have exerted great efforts in the development process of the dear land in various fields. The police women in Oman are well educated and qualified like their male counterparts to perform their duties and responsibilities by acquiring effective training in this field so as to serve their country with full dedication and loyalty. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Honorable Sayyida, wife of His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, offers the condolences of the death of His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, late Emir of Kuwait. May Allah rest his soul in peace. Total corona positive cases in the Sultanate exceed 1,000 and patients at ICU have increased to 210. College of Engineering at Sultan Qaboos University achieves a silver prize for designing best smartphone application to empower rural women in the Arab region. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us, and good night to everyone.